So these two swings here now, basically before and after. Okay, so the left-hand side one, okay, is your sort of setup there. Grip pressure, we said, was a little bit tight and a bit stiff and a bit tense, okay? As we swung the golf club back, we were okay. We went back so far, okay? This was the one with a bit softer grip, okay? Went back, same difference, okay? The thing to focus on now is through the ball, is basically allowing this arm to soften, so the club, your hands, so the butt end of the club, your hands and your arms as they come into impact are going to slow down, and that whip of the club is going to swish through. If we look on the left-hand side now as you come into impact, just look at your back of your glove hand. So the logo on your glove there, sort of the FootJoy logo, we can see is kind of pointed towards the camera, still points towards the camera, still points towards the camera, still points towards the camera. So impact now, your watch and your logo are kind of pointing this way, which means the face is going to be left open, and therefore you're going to swing the golf. If this green line represents kind of your target line, you're going to swing it in that direction. So you're coming across the ball with a deflecting action, which then therefore puts a spin on the ball, which sends them off to the right there. Okay? If we look at the right-hand one now as you come into impact, as you start coming down, logo's looking at the camera. Now from here your arm softens, then you extend the club, and now look at the contact. Look at your left hand now. You've gone back to where you were. Your watch now is pointing in that direction. The back of your left hand is pointing that direction. Therefore your club face... Start again. Therefore your club face is pointing in that direction. It's not pointing out to the right, and then you're forced to do this to get the spin. So it's a more efficient. If you just look at those two positions there with your arms, how this arm now is nice. This arm's sort of up there and a bit kind of stiff and a bit rigid. It looks a bit sort of tense. And again, if that left arm is locked, it's going to restrict your speed to the golf ball and cause the ball to go shorter and to the right. And then once you start losing distance, you start losing direction, you start losing confidence. Then you lose confidence, you lose the confidence to swing back further, which means you lose more distance. Then you think, I'm losing control of the golf club, I'll grip it tighter. The tighter you grip it, the more tension you create, the less speed you create. The more tension you got, the less you can swing back. So if we think about your golf swing, I potentially imagine a year ago, should we say, if we think this is your circle around your body, okay, with your golf swing, I reckon your golf club used to probably get somewhere up there, whereas now it's probably around there. And in that last sort of so many weeks and months, your swings gradually got shorter and shorter and shorter.
It does, actually,
due to tension. You say age does catch up with us, okay? My swing's certainly shorter than it was when I was 20, whatever. So swings will get shorter, but if we can maximise your efficiency, so the swing length now is not going to get any longer, so to speak, at the moment, but we're going to maximise what we've got. What will happen then is you'll start getting a bit more confidence. As you start getting more confident, okay, rather than your left arm going there and the club going here, maybe, should we say, in a month's time, your left arm's here and the club's up there. And that will take about, well, it depends how much golf you play, once or twice a week.
It's better to be like that,
and if we can get a bit more, as long as we can sustain that and maintain it. There's no point having a really long swing and being out of control and missing the ball, which I wouldn't suggest you would do, but we've got to be careful of that, okay? So, and for me, it's about doing that bit at a time. So we want to make sure if we said, okay, I don't know, in a couple of weeks' time, we sort of go back again, your swing would kind of be more on the yellow line, and then the week so later, a bit of practice, we get towards that blue line. But ultimately, if we can improve that impact position, so rather than being like you were, with the club face coming, the glove, the watch pointing towards the camera, we can get that club face back to the ball now with a much more squarer club face. That ball's going to go in a direct line towards target on a more consistent basis. And what you might find, as you've been turning that club face in, you may not need to turn in quite so much, which if we're playing golf with a closed club face aiming left, you almost got to try and open the face. If you don't, you're going to hit the ball between your left leg. So your brain's kind of thinking, well, I don't want to go left. Especially, I've not played the Grove, but the first hole got out of bounds on the left-hand side, it looks like. So if your club face is aiming to that left-hand side, I know you're going to stand there and go, I don't want to go out of bounds, I'll just shove it down, and you just curve it down the right-hand side. If your club face is okay, aiming at that white line or aiming in the middle of the fairway, I'm going to hit it there. That's a much more efficient way to play golf.
Another thing I used to do, I still do, I suppose, is I used to have a very open stance. You know?
Okay, aiming way left,
to hit the ball over there. And I've been told that before, and I have corrected it to a certain degree. But I know that I still...
I think alignment with the feet is important, but not the be-all and end-all. Your feet don't hit the golf. Your feet don't hit the golf ball.
When I said I was coming for a lesson, my mate said to me, "Oh, you changed everything with your alignment." He said,
No.
"Because your alignment is really out." I mean, not so much as I was.
Yeah, you're probably a little bit less than what you were, yeah.
But he said, "Oh, that's exactly what you do. You change your alignment. Your alignment is your feet is all over the place."
In terms of alignment, Stan, all I would look to change, and potentially long term, based on how well you do this with the club as opposed to what you did, is change that alignment. This is what's hitting the golf ball. I could stand here now, have my feet aiming like this, okay, and I could hit the golf ball to the right. I could have my feet aiming like that, hit the ball to the left. Feet don't direct the golf ball. What the feet will do is restrict to potentially some extent how much or how efficiently you can swing. Obviously, if I'm swinging the club as you saw like this, doing this is a very weak shot, and that's a very awkward position. So both of which aren't going to work. But it doesn't. I see so many guys hit the first tee shot, they blast it on the right and say, "Oh, they put a club on their toe. Oh yeah, my feet were wrong." Well, what did the feet do? The feet just stood there. It's like saying to someone kicking a football, "Oh, your hand was in the wrong position." I'm kicking with my foot, not my hand. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't matter, it's wrong to be fair, but it's not the... Don't spend all your attention and care on getting your feet right when the club face is wrong. That's what's the golf ball. That's what the information is given to the ball, and the ball decides where it wants to go based on this, not these two things. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff.